Buenos días y bienvenidos. Good morning. Welcome once again to Tiempo. I'm Joe Torres. This morning we will tell you about a truly exceptional school in the Bronx. The school, Atmosphere Academy, a charter school, prepares students for college and careers. It's now in its third year of operation. The school has campuses in Marble Hill and Riverdale. It educates students in grades 6 through 8. That's right, it's a middle school. 70, in fact, close to 80% of the students at Atmosphere are Latino. We'll talk to the folks from the school a little bit later here on Tiempo. And still ahead on Tiempo, a truly exceptional school, a middle school in the Bronx that prepares students for college and careers. 80% roughly are Latino when we come back. Coming up next on Tiempo, Atmosphere Academy Charter School in the Bronx. Nearly 80% of the students are Latinos. We'll talk to the folks behind the school next. Atmosphere Academy is a public charter school that educates students in grades 6 through 8. Atmosphere Academy is a free public charter middle school located in the Marble Hill section of the Bronx. They also have a campus in Riverdale, correct? There is no tuition required to attend. Administrators, however, are currently accepting new students, and the deadline to apply is just a few days away. We'll get into that. But here to enlighten us about the educational approach at the school, Colin, Greene, Cristian Roman, and Wanda Mora, all from Atmosphere Academy Charter School. You are the founder, my friend. Take me to that epiphany moment that you had, what, 3-4 years ago, where you said, you know what, we need a school, and we need a school like this in the Bronx.
Absolutely. So my background is I'm from Yonkers.
Yep.
My father actually is African American, and throughout my family history, we've really talked about opportunity realized, opportunity denied. So that was a big part of what informed this. My mother's an immigrant, my wife's an immigrant, so all that came together in my 15-year career working in schools to kind of speak to how can we create a great school for students who need a school like this at this time.
What were the opportunities that were denied, in particular, to Latino students in the Bronx?
Actually, specifically in our district, District 10, and the Northwest Bronx, a lot of families, as we did a canvassing of the neighborhoods and approached them about our school, actually had never had access to a charter school before, and had applied for charter schools, a lot of them in the South Bronx, and been denied a seat because students in that district, District 7 or another district, got the seat before them. Okay. So students in our area did not have access, and there were a few charter schools in our area. Most of them started in kindergarten. Okay. We start in 6th grade. So therefore, if you're a student looking for a middle school, a charter middle school, there were really no options available to you. Okay. What makes Atmosphere unique, Christian?
I like working in the Bronx, supporting the Latinos, giving them an opportunity. That's what we do.
But there's a lot of charter schools. Why is yours any different than any other?
We definitely take the feedback of our families, and we really want to make a program for them. When they leave their students, their children with us, they're entrusting that we definitely carry where they leave off, and that's what we do. We have many check-ins with the families about what they want us to do, and their feedback is really important so that we can make a really good school.
Get into specifics, because I think you could safely argue that the parents would feel that way at any school, where they say, yeah, I want feedback and I want your input and I want you to teach my kids. But you're doing it in a way that's different, that puts perhaps a little bit more weight into the students and parents' choices, if you will, and I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah, we definitely send regular surveys for interests, such as electives. We ask questions on what sports they want to get involved in, activities such as language, robotics. Okay. Also families as well. We like to survey and hear different ideas that they have.
Let me ask a parent. Wanda, you're here. You have a son, daughter?
My son.
Your son, what grade?
6th.
6th grade. First year, and you're on the Parents
Alliance.
Okay.
Yes.
What is it from a parent's perspective that you find unique at Atmosphere?
The communication with the staff, the teachers, the
Whose
curriculum.
communication?
My communication as a parent with the staff in the school is amazing. It's like unique. Let's say you send an email to a teacher asking for an assignment. 10 p.m. at night, 10:05, you got an answer. For me, that was something different.
That didn't happen at previous schools where you had?
It didn't happen before. We didn't have that communication. The language. Service that they send is being sent in English and Spanish. As a Latino mom, if I don't read it specifically like a word in English, I can read it in Spanish and I understand it.
One of the great things that I think you guys do is there's no hesitation about a field trip. And that if a student expresses interest in marine biology, you'll go to a Shark Tank place, or if there's humanities humanities, you'll go to Hamilton. Why is that so critical in terms of putting that interest in the hands in a tangible way for the students?
Yeah, for us it's really important to connect our students to the world and the world to our students. And I think that what's so critical about that is it helps them to take what they're learning in the classroom and apply it to the real world and understand that there is a payoff at the end of the day. If you're for your math test, the essay you're writing in English, and it motivates them and pushes them to go further. But
to go on field trips and to do things the way you're doing, and based on the campus that I've seen, it's a beautiful facility. Plata, that takes funding. Who is providing, where are you getting the money to do the things that you want to do in the way you want to do them? You, Christian.
Definitely. So we are funded by New York State. It costs money. You know, we do need funders. We budget very well. There's a board that we meet regularly to see where the funds are going to go. We also ask families for support. A lot of advisement, managing the money properly.
But you know, people hear free tuition, and then the result, you know, I wonder as a parent, saying, all right, well, how are they doing it? You know, and I know that you have funding, and I know it comes from the state, but there are contributions that parents can make when possible. Go ahead, I see you nodding your head.
Yeah, so one thing I want to speak to is some of the biggest items in the budget, which is personnel and real estate. So we really try to make sure that we value our employees, but also that they have to add value. So it's really important that every person who's on our payroll is really bringing value to the table for our students. And we don't have extra employees who may add to costs that maybe are not necessary to run the school. The other part of it is real estate, that we've really been very fortunate to find great real estate partners in the community who are working with us.
That's helpful.
That's very helpful.
Yes. You're director of
School Life.
School Life.
That's correct.
One of the things that I find fascinating about your approach is that you allow the students in one way to dictate what you're going to study. What not so much what the curriculum might be, because you still cover the basics, but in terms of an elective, giving them the chance to say, esto me gusta, this is what I like. How did that come about, where you're almost turning it over to them in terms of deciding what we're going to examine?
Absolutely. I want them to be successful, and the school wants them to be successful. We need to meet the students where they are, and when we get that, we can expose them to different things that they're interested in and make the connection. A lot of times school, high school, even college is a foreign idea, or it's so into the future, but we want to bring that to their attention right now, and that's what we do, and we do that as a team.
Does your child come home from school saying, you know, we studied this, Mommy, which is exactly what I wanted to know about?
Yes, I mean, it's amazing, the communication and the freedom that they give to them to express themselves and to kind of learn the same and explore. So that really makes, you know, the school so unique.
We've got about 1 minute left. One of the goals that I read is career development and career enhancement. And it tickled my brain because this is a middle school. This is 6th to 8th graders. I can't tell you how many colleges where the students go and they're freshmen, they have no idea what they want to do with their lives. Why is it that kids in 6th to 8th grade can possibly have a concept of what they want to pursue later in life?
Yeah, I think it's really not so much for them to pick a career at this point. It's really for them to explore and to find out what is out there, what's being offered. And there's so many careers that they're not even aware of, or different interest areas that we want them to kind of learn more about. And through that process, they're going to hopefully be able to do an internship in our 8th grade in a workplace and get to know more about that industry. It's less so than a specific job, but an industry that they might be interested in following.
Final word from you, Christian. How do you know that the approach you're taking is working?
The families, we get great reviews from them. The students, same thing, smiles at the end of the day. You know, we're good for the community.
I think a lot of people would like to hear, how are your test scores? How are the grades? Are you seeing improvement? Those are the kind of measures that I think a lot of people would. Are you?
Yeah, so from our first year, we were at 9%. We were at 29% this past year with our first class. This year we're looking to go to 39 or 49%. So it's just a matter of continuing to grow each year.
Pretty confident you'll get there?
Definitely confident.
That's great.
Eighth grade.
Continued success. You guys are doing it right. I appreciate it, and thanks for the time coming on Tiempo.